next thing I realized is that no matter how much you build yourself, no matter how great you become as a leader, that you cannot do this alone. You have to leverage your team. You have to leverage your team. No man is an island. And I want to show you guys my teammates because there's no better example of just guys from different backgrounds, from different beliefs, different religions coming together. And we know that diversity and inclusion is one of the greatest ways to add value, to create innovation, to solve problems, to increase productivity. And so I just want to tell you a little bit about my teammates. So first, up in the corner, we got my man, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford now plays for the Detroit Lions. And he's one of those guys, we call him the country club kid, just being honest. Grew up in Dallas, Texas, Highland Park, one of the most wealthy communities in the nation. Father was a dentist, good home. I mean, had all the tools, big arm, 6'3". If you need a ball that you need fit into this space, he's gonna get it in there. I mean, when that dude threw the ball, it would just whistle. Almost broke my hand a couple times. But great guy, great leader. He's gonna do just enough to win that game. The next guy, next to him, we got Donnell Ellaby, and Donnell was a little rough around the edges. Donnell came from a tough background. And I remember it like yesterday, when I came to the University of Georgia, I mean, this dude, look at his face. Does he look that friendly? I think Donnell, he truly believed that he was Gucci Mane, like in real life. Like. And so I get up there, and I'm from the suburbs, good home, parents together. And at this time, I'm 5'10" and a half with braces, 220 soaking wet, coming up well-spoken, like, hey guys, y'all wanna play football? And I meet Donnell, and I'm like, hey, Donnell, man. And I'm just happy to be there at Georgia. I'm like, Donnell, man, you think I'm gonna play here at Georgia? And Donnell looked at me straight in the face, and he was like, hell no. I was like, I'm gonna just stay out of his way. But nah, what's crazy is, as time progressed, Donnell became one of my greatest teammates because Donnell had that dog. So I knew, like, if it was time to go to war, that's who I want on my team. And what's special, we played right next to each other. And Donnell is a great man now. I mean, golly, he has a beautiful family, ended up having an amazing NFL career, but we played right next to each other. So I know if I get beat on a play, if something happens, Donnell got my back. There were times when Donnell had to take on bodies so that I would make a play, so that my name would get mentioned in the newspapers. Next guy, Ben Jones. Ben Jones was from somewhere in Alabama, some small town. Country as they come. I mean, he used to do some weird stuff like eating grass and talk. Like, this is a guy that if you're in a pile in a game, you do not want to, because he's going to grab like whatever. And I'm telling you, just a violent, look at his face. Just straight violent. He offensive lineman and just crazy. When he grabs you, it's a wrap. You ain't going nowhere. But man, another guy who I was glad he was on my team. Then you got AJ Green next to him. AJ Green from Summerville, South Carolina. AJ is one of the top wide receivers in the NFL now. And he's on the total end of the other spectrum, just as quiet as they come. You could barely get a full sentence out of AJ. He just comes in and he just does his job and he just makes plays. That's all he does. And if we needed somebody to make a big play, somebody who has that level of focus, no matter what the crowd is, no matter how hostile the environment is, AJ is that guy. You just throw it up, he's gonna go and get it. Next guy, Blair Walsh. What do y'all think he did? Kicker, yeah. But another guy, wasn't that talkative, a little awkward at times, but if we need somebody to step in in a big moment and come through in the clutch, Blair is our guy. Geno Atkins, defensive tackle. Geno is one of the top defensive linemen in the league right now. And I depended on Geno to protect me. Geno's one of those guys, you're not gonna get much out of him either, but I'm telling you, you could put anything on the bar, this dude will lift it, strong as an ox. Geno was the guy who protected me as a linebacker from big old 6'8", 300-pound linemen. If Geno doesn't do his job, I'm toast. Every time I see him, I tell him thank you for what he does. And so as I'm talking about that team aspect, ask yourself, who is on your team? Who has your back? And I'm not just talking about the other coordinators. I'm talking about within the community. I'm talking about other organizations. I'm talking about those who cover your blind side, those who present you with new ideas. So many times we can get so caught up in our daily tasks that we forget we have others around us that can just give us one solution, that can make one phone call, and everything changes. So don't forget about your teammates. And even right now in this conference, in this organization, you have so much knowledge sitting right here. You have people like Otis Johnson and those who are veterans in the game. How much time are you spending, if you're a young person, a rookie, as we would say in my world, somebody who's young, somebody who's just entered this organization, how much time are you spending with those older individuals and learning from them? And those who are veterans, how much time are you spending building up other leaders? One of the biggest issues we have in our society is self-preservation. That means those who are only looking out for themselves and their own well-being. But you have to have that team mindset. You have to have that win-win mentality in order to continue to climb higher and grow stronger.